Hey everybody, today I got two things at the pet store. One's some fish, and the other thing is going to be a surprise to the end of the video, so stay tuned. So the fish I got were four of what they call emerald green corydoras. I'm not sure if they're emerald green cories or if they're bronze cories. Kind of hard to tell apart, but I'm just trying to get a school of about 6 of them. Right now I have 2. And I couldn't find any at any of the other stores, so I just got them from Petco. So my main concern with these fish is actually not the fish themselves. They look healthy and they don't look like they have any parasites or that they're underfed or anything. But the water that they came in was a lot of loose debris on the bottom. When they were trying to catch them, obviously it got pushed up into the water column, and they netted some cyanobacteria out. The Petco that I went to has a huge problem with cyanobacteria, and I'm not even sure if they know what it is or really care to fix the problem. They're just selling fish, that's what they do. I don't expect them to spend hundreds of dollars trying to get it out of all their tanks, but I definitely don't need it in my tank. So probably what I'm going to do is acclimate them kind of twice. So I'll get them in, I'll acclimate them once, then all the extra water I'll leave in there, and I'll get them into a different container. I'll probably use my hands, or I'll find something else, because I don't want their barbels getting caught in the net. So I'll probably use my hand, and that also reduces the risk of anything, like any particles floating in the water, to go into the next batch and then in my tank. So I'm not going to make a whole new video on acclimation, and actually I think that was my last video, was acclimating my varias platies, but I will just show you guys real quick what I did. So I got the 4 cories in here into this jug that I cut in half, and I emptied out most of the water. Actually, I emptied out too much, and there are still particles you can kind of see down there of cyanobacteria, but I emptied out a lot of this water, and you can see all the just debris in there, and I didn't really want to put any of that back in. I feel like it's a better risk of them having pH shock and then just having to wait it out longer. I highly doubt that they'll get sick or anything from fresh water that I just made. I just don't want cyanobacteria in my tank. So I got them in here, and you can see the one is already starting to move. So that's good. But now what I'm going to do is actually, instead of a drip acclimation, I'm just going to, because I just don't really have like a good setup for that in this circumstance, I'm not going to set up in my living room with the tank. I'll just pour a little bit in, or I'll take a turkey baster, and then I'll squirt a little bit in every few minutes. I'll probably give them about 20 minutes with this, because I just put half their water and half of my water, which is almost exactly what you need to acclimate them, period. But we'll see how this goes, and I'll check back in when I'm done acclimating the first time around. So it's been about 30 minutes, and while I was waiting, about 15 minutes later, I put in like double the amount of water that was already in there. And also I got this eyedropper. I couldn't find a turkey baster, but I got most of the bigger particles out of algae and bacteria. And so now what I'm going to do is empty out most of this water, get about, a centimeter of water, just mainly the fish, into this, and then I'm going to fill this jug back up with this clean water, and then I'll put them back in, and I'll wait about another 30 minutes, and I'll acclimate them more, and then I'll try getting them into the tank. So now that's done, and now I'm going to wait about 30 minutes just for them to get used to 100% of my water, and then I'll figure out a way to get them into the tank without getting their barbels or anything stuck. So now I'm at my fish tank, and I have the fish in here for about 30 more minutes, and now I'm going to use this that I just found in the recycling can to scoop them out to reduce the amount of water I get, and I'm going to put them in the top of here. I'll show you that. So now I have my first cory in here. Hopefully he doesn't jump. Use the top of the tank. There he is. And There he goes. Where'd he get off to? Well, I'll probably see him later. So here's the second one. There's the first one, and here's the second one. Pretty pale right now, they're gonna color up. This one's already starting to color up in like 10 seconds. So I'm not too worried about that. So I got the last two in here just to make it easier on myself. I did it off camera. And down here, there's the first one. See if we can find any more. I know one just swam off right here. And he's not albino, he's just really pale from stress. And there are my two older ones. And I'm not sure where the other ones went. But there are my quarries in the new tank. This is my 75-gallon tank. I'm not going to call it a guppy tank anymore since I'm transitioning out, but we still have a lot of guppies in here. And I'll catch you back out with the mystery item that I got today at the pet store. So this is what you have all been waiting for. While I was at the store, I got some aquatic frog and tadpole food. Now, you guys don't know this, but I currently have 4 tadpoles. While I was walking out, I saw a huge puddle, and there's at least 200 tadpoles. And so I got a few, and I brought them home, and I got this tank set up. I just have a few pieces of Lodia. Right now, I have a leaf in there waiting to decompose. I do water changes every day because they do produce a lot of waste. And so I fed them a few pellets of this, and they're kind of going for it, but not nearly as much as they like the shrimp pellets that I feed. So I'll probably give them a mix. I definitely want them to eat and grow, but if they need the protein and stuff in this food, then I'll make sure that it gets to them so that they don't develop like any problems as they grow up. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. If you have any questions, comment down below, and see you in the next video.